working? Okay. Hi everybody. I just figured I'd do a little bit of a training session right now so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. I have it all written down in the Facebook page on our document section, but I just wanted all the newer people to be able to physically see, because some of you guys are starting out in areas that Sensei's not around, so you don't never seen a basket party, you've never seen a party itself. So I wanted to just basically show you what a basket party looks like, okay? You basically want to put one of everything: a buddy, a fragrance foam, a room spray, a scent circle. I like to put a list, a pad of my favorite scents list in there, so as they're smelling your scents, they can take one and write down what they like. A plug-in, unless they're going to go to like an office and it's going to be sitting in, so they can actually plug in the warmer, but they can also plug in a plug-in as well, but it just depends on their preference. Ask the hostess, do you prefer a actual mid-size or full-size warmer, or is a plug-in sufficient? Obviously the plug-in will give you more space, but you can actually make the full-size warmer work. I like to put in a spatula, and I usually give this to the hostess. I usually put about 5 catalogs in there, and of course a set of mini testers. Now, you don't necessarily have to give them the whole 80 cents. When I first started out, I bought one of these, and then I broke it up into several different bags. And I went to Walmart and basically bought makeup bags like this. These are them. And I put in like 2 of every category or 3 of every category. Basically, I forget how many, but you break it up evenly, but depending on each category, and give a little bit of every category, so they have something to smell. Basically, after they smell a good amount, they're going to be like, and then they'll look at the description in the catalog, because there's an actual description for each scent in the back of the book. And they'll be able to say, wow, this really does smell the way they are describing it. So they'll kind of trust that if it's not in the bag, they'll be like, you know what, this one smells good. I'm going to go ahead and try it, because it's probably going to smell like what they said. Okay. One of the most important things as far as your hostess is concerned is to give them a handbook. Okay. This is basically your hostess is like a mini consultant. They need to be able to do everything you do, as far as explaining the product, knowing how to fill out an order form. What I do is I do a example order form, and I literally write example at the top, and I highlight the things they need to know. And as you can see, I can, right here, I put the percentage of the tax where my area is. Excuse me, I went blank for a second. I always got so much going on my mind, I don't know what I'm talking about. And then I do an example of the shipping, so I highlight that area. Here I kind of break down what hostess information. I made this up myself. Now, basically I included that a qualifying party is $150, and that their hostess rewards kick in after the $150, and that it's free shipping. Now, those of you that are in areas like, for instance, we have Hawaii. Hawaii, the shipping is obviously different, and we've went over, so you'll have to know, depending on your area, what the structure is. We have a consultant in the UK, so it's a little bit different. So obviously it pertains to you, so make sure it's clear and you give some type of an example of what it is consisted, what pertains to that area, basically. I'm sorry, I was paying attention to the clock on the video. Here I kind of do a breakdown of what Scentsy is, of the different products, just so they can have an idea if they're also new for to Scentsy. And then I put like a little bit of information at the bottom to help the consultant be able to sell the product. Basically, here's a few facts that you should know about Scentsy. Scentsy is safe, wickless, flameless, smokeless, and leadless. Scentsy wax will not burn skin if spilled accidentally. Scentsy bars contain more fragrance than our competitors' jar candles. Scentsy bars are less expensive than jar candles too, etc., etc. So definitely put some main facts in your information so they can kind of, if somebody gives them a question, they'll be able to kind of answer it, vaguely at least. I always include the how it works diagram. So if somebody is new to Scentsy, they can kind of be like, well, what is this? And it kind of breaks it down. Some people are visual, they want to see. I always put a hostess summary form in there so your hostess can kind of have an idea of what they want to want for their hostess credit, and you can get that in the resource section. I include an APO list, a shipping list, so people that may know somebody on a military base in Germany or wherever, we have a list in the resource section again that you can print out, and this just kind of just helps out. So if the hostess does have a question like that, they'll be able to pull this out and be like, okay, yes, give me the zip code. Yes, they actually do. They can send it to Spain or Italy, etc. This is a new flyer that's in that scent tracker website that Cambry sent us. This is really good for the holidays especially. It says who's on your list, and this kind of gives them an idea of things that they could be thinking of as the hostess or people that are just looking through this book. On BeccaLevi.com, these are questions and answers, product questions and answers for the hostess, as well as there's, I don't know where the other one is. Holy cow. Sorry about that. I don't know where the other one went. There's another one that's also for the hostess. It's called Q&A. So I apologize. I have no idea where it went. Anyways, I always include the discontinued list just in case there's somebody that happens to be a Scentsy, customer and is just like, oh, is this one discontinued, or have you heard about this one? This used to be there in their catalog. They can just be like, oh yeah, it was discontinued. So, but then the warmers are actually available while supplies last on our closeout. So they can always just text you or call you and ask, is this one still available? And then you can let them know from your website. I always pull from the news, our consultant spotlight newsletter. It should be generally around the same pages, but this one's on page 43. This was the July spotlight. They haven't come out with, the August spotlight. They haven't come out with September yet as of today, which is the 8th of September. But I always include this page, which is the Enliven the Scents top sellers. So the hostess can kind of give the person an idea of what sold the best last month. I'm including now that we have our perfume solids, I think it's a good thing to have in there just to kind of emphasize, to let them make sure they understand and kind of promote these new products. The police warmers and firefighter warmers is a good flyer to definitely promote and advertise with your hostess, and so they can do the same with their guests. Our college warmers, you can get this on BeccaLevi.com, an updated list, and so they can actually see what the warmers look like, which is good, and they'll know what's available to them. I include I get this in the newsletter, the holiday warmers that are going to be coming out on the 15th. A question was asked, are they premium warmers? Yes, they are. The way you can find that out is the amount is $35. So they are premium warmers. And I have not confirmed yet, but I am pretty sure you're going to be able to put these in packages, but I'm going to confirm that soon, and I'll post that on our Facebook page. I always include a combine and save, which you can get this in the downloaded version PDF of the catalog on our resource section, our resources tab. And this is a good thing because then they are going to emphasize on the combine and save, and they're not going to forget to tell their guests that are participating in their basket party that this is the best thing for them as far as price rates and savings. I include the Light Bulb for Life flyer, and then I put at the bottom a sticker that I put on all my boxes of my warmers, and it says, I provide free light bulbs to all my returning customers, a little thank you from me. So basically this concept is that if you have a customer that returns to you and they need a light bulb, you provide it for free. Now, this is something you don't have to do, but it's a nice customer service gesture. Generally, we get these at about, free credit or half off or whatever. So we generally get our light bulbs for free with all the parties that you do. If you do it smart, don't let any Hostess credit go to waste. Just instead of, if there's 20 cents left, just buy a light bulb and you're buying it for 80 cents instead of $1. So, and then again, it's a small gesture, and it's going to go a long way, and your guests and your customers will really, really appreciate that. The Can You See Yourself in My Shoes flyer, this is a great concept to put, and this is from BeccaLevi.com, to put in your Hostess book. This is basically to introduce the concept of them becoming a consultant as well. I go to the catalog again and print out page 50, and this is where they can see what the structure is, so that somebody that's just buying can see what the Hostess rewards are for hosting a party. And make sure your hostess knows that if they get any bookings that you, if you decide to do this, I mean, the perpetual reward in the orders that's the concept of why Scentsy gives that to us, is so we can utilize that as an incentive tool for our hostesses by saying, if you get a booking from your basket party, you will receive an extra half off item for me, and that is that perpetual reward. So you can choose whether to do that or not, but it's a good way to get a second booking. And then it also shows the package in order to become a Scentsy consultant, because you never know who's looking at your book. And then I always include the compensation plan, which is important, so they can see what a Scentsy consultant entails. And then I always include the map of how many consultants there are in their area, because they may have family and friends, or they may be visiting somebody and buying from the basket party, but then they're going back to for instance, Montana, and there's only 957 consultants there, which is nothing. So they're like, hey, you know what? I might want to introduce Scentsy to Montana. I always include a drawing packet, drawing slips, because every person that purchases, or even if they don't purchase, it's good to get them in your monthly drawing, because we consider these our lottery tickets. Most likely people will fill these out completely, and you'll be able to put their email address onto your contacts in order to put them on your newsletter. And then some people are more likely to fill out and really see the concept of, as far as a basket party for free product, a home party for free product, earning extra income, and then those are your leads that you get to contact later on and follow up with. I always include join brochures and host brochures, because you never know who's looking at this packet. And then I always stick all the order forms in the back. I generally give about 12, because you never want to leave them with not enough. But 12 is a good number. I mean, you could give as many as you want, but that's what I normally do. Now, a basket is not the only way you can do it. You can also put it in a bag. So if they're like on the go, they will still be able to, if they don't really have a stationary place that they're going to be, they can tote it around a lot better. So this is what a basket party looks like, but what I use, and you can find this in Scentsy Success, is the Dazzle bag, which is this bag right here. You can get it on Scentsy Success. It's like $12, and you can, or you can just get a tote of whatever. I suggest something that is close to, has Scentsy colors, and make sure you put some pins or some keychains or something to dazzle it up, as far as that it shows that it's a Scentsy bag, because even the bag is advertising Scentsy. I'm going to have to cut this off because it won't be able to upload, so to be continued.